Good evening. Welcome to the EO Life YouTube channel. I am Stacey Cahill and I get to be your presenter tonight. And tonight I'm excited because we are talking about one of my favorite summer hobbies and pastimes, and that's camping. I love to take my daughter and go out and go camping, whether that's out in a remote place away from all the cars and away from everything in a primitive campground, or it's, a KOA with all the luxuries of camping. I love it. We have fun. But there's a few tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that I'm going to share with you tonight to make your camping trips way more fun, way more relaxing, and to have all the things that you need to be able to kick back and enjoy that time alone. First of all, my favorite product, there are going to be so many favorites. Let's just get that out of the way right now. There are so many favorites, but my favorite one to have when I am camping is this one right here, Purify. Purify is a blend that doTERRA makes, and it has great things in it like citrus, like the lemon, and it has lime and Siberian fir, neroli. It's just a powerhouse packed oil that has all of my favorites. Now, what do I do with Purify when I'm camping? Pretty much everything. I love to get spray bottles. And I make a spray with just some distilled water and Purify that I'll use to sanitize picnic tables or tablecloths, wash all my things off with it. Dishes that have been packed away in my camping bin that may need a little rinse off, I run through some hot water with a drop of Purify in it or a drop of lemon just to help clean them and make sure that they are ready for us to use if I have forgotten to do that before we get to the campsite. I also love to make a spray with Purify or lemon oil that I will use to spray down any fruits or vegetables. One of the things that I think when we're camping, we tend to just forget about some of those basic hygiene things like washing our fruits and vegetables, or maybe we're not keeping our dishes in our cleaning area as clean because we're outside in the great outdoors. And having a spray bottle that has some Purify or lemon in it is a great way to just spray down the silverware or the knife before I start cutting the food that I'm going to be eating. The last thing we want when we're camping is to create more problems by using unclean dishes or not having our area sanitized. So I love using the Purify or the lemon oil in a spray bottle for that. I also use it sometimes, like I said, to spray down dishes or whatever we are exposed to when we are out camping. Another hint that I have is lemon oil is amazing to get that sticky sap off of your hands, off of your children, off of the broom that you brought, off of everything that you touch, because inevitably when you are out camping, you're going to run into sap, you're going to touch trees, and you get that sticky stuff. And let's face it, you don't always have a hot shower to be able to go and soap up and scrub off and take care of that. But a little bit of lemon oil will remove that sap right away. Now, do be cautious with the lemon oil if you are in a sunny area, because we don't want to be lathering ourselves with citrus oils in the sunshine. Photosensitivity can make that very uncomfortable. You might get a bigger, better sunburn if you have citrus oils on you while you are out in the sun. But doing a little de-sapping at the end of the day, especially on those feet. I don't know about you, but my daughter tends to find sap on her feet. And I don't want that in her sleeping bag to be a sticky mess. Ugh. Anyway, lemon oil for the sap and the sticky. Another thing that I love taking camping with me is this one, the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. Now, this is a cleaner concentrate, so you don't need to take the whole bottle, but you could make it into a spray bottle to use as a hand sanitizer. I like to just take a smaller bottle of that because it is great for cleaning dishes. It's great to use for disinfecting surfaces like a plastic picnic table or those vinyl tablecloths that we use often outdoors. I'll just spray down with the On Guard cleaner. I can wipe it off. I know that this is a soap that is not going to make my stomach upset. So often when we're camping, we have digestive upset. And the last thing you want to do when you are far away from a bathroom, or maybe not in the cleanest, nicest bathrooms you've ever had, is have to frequent it often. And that happens because either we're not cleaning our things thoroughly while we're camping, and you might get some bacteria or discomfort in your stomach. Or you might end up ingesting soap because you're not able to rinse it off as well. Well, with the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, it is a super clean cleaning product. So I don't have to worry about that when I'm using that. So I love using it for my dishes. I like using it actually if I have to do any laundry. I know that I can use a little bit and scrub out those stains in any laundry that I need to do in, just a wash basin, and I'm going to have great luck. And I don't have to carry extra products for that. I also use the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate, like I said, is a hand sanitizer when I need it. But I also bring the On Guard foaming hand wash, because that foaming hand wash can be great for washing your hands. It's also great if you need it for your dishes or to wash off your fruits if you didn't bring your Purify. I use the foaming hand wash also to make wipes. So I'll take a roll of paper towels and cut that in half, or I'll use those thin cloth towels and wrap them up in a plastic or glass storage container. And then I make a solution with either the foaming hand wash concentrate or sometimes even the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. I like to add a little bit of baby oil to help it blend in better, and then fill the rest of it with just your regular water. And that makes a great wipe, whether it's a wipe to wipe down your hands, to do a sponge bath for your body, or to wipe down surfaces and dishes while you're out at the campground. The other problem that I find when we are camping are the bugs. They're just part of the camping experience, and doTERRA has me covered with that. I can use the TerraShield bug repellent, and I don't have any issues with the bugs getting me. Now, there have been times where I've been outdoors. Let me tell you, when I was outside in Minnesota, those mosquitoes are no joke. They are bigger than birds, I swear. And when I was there, both my daughter and I are kind of allergic to mosquito bites. So we had big welts from where we got bitten. So we upped our TerraShield, added a little bit of arborvitae to the mix, and that really took care of all of those bugs that are a little bit tougher than your average mosquito or fly. So the TerraShield can be safely used right on your skin neat. You can also buy it in a spray bottle that is like this. It's a 30 ml size, and it comes ready to spray directly on your hair, your clothing, on your skin. Remember that when you're using the oils as your bug repellent, you do want to reapply frequently rather than dousing yourself once or twice a day. That will be more effective. The other thing that I'll do with the TerraShield is I will take little spice jars and I'll put cotton balls in them and take those camping with me. And then when we're sitting around the picnic table playing games or having dinner, I'll put the TerraShield right on the cotton ball and open up that spice jar, and it acts as a diffuser, and it keeps the bugs away that way. You can also use the TerraShield, putting it on those cotton balls, putting it in your tent. If you have the spray down the door of your tent or around your tent. I also spray around the garbage, wherever we're collecting garbage, so that I don't have a bunch of flies attracted to the food that's in there, but the TerraShield keeps those away. I also find that using the TerraShield, because it's non-toxic and there's not chemicals in it, I can spray it directly on a tablecloth. I can spray it around where we're cooking our food, and I don't worry about what we're going to be ingesting as we have TerraShield around all over the campsite. The next thing that I like to think about when I'm camping is, how am I going to stay comfortable? Because I want to enjoy my time and be comfortable. For me, that means I need a good night's sleep. And sometimes sleeping outdoors is amazing, and it is so soothing, and I sleep so well. Other times, I hear the crickets. I hear the train off in the distance. Maybe there's some traffic somewhere. Maybe the campers next door are a little bit loud. And I just need a little extra support to be able to get a good night's sleep. So I will bring my Serenity. I will bring my lavender. Sometimes I use balance oil, but one of those, and I will apply it topically before bed, both on my neck and my feet. Or I will have a battery-operated diffuser. There's a lot of those available where they have the little pad that you put the oil on, and then it blows through a fan, and that is safe to use in your tent. doTERRA also has a new diffuser. It's the Roam diffuser that you can charge up, and then after it's been charged, you can take it off of the charger and use that. So if you have some source of electricity during the day, but you want to be able to bring your diffuser into your tent, that's a really great option for that one as well. But having a good night of sleep is so important, especially if you're camping with young children who are not used to all of those sounds or the shadows on the tent. Bringing along something to help them relax and be calm and not feel anxious at night is going to be a phenomenal success for you camping. I also like to take my peppermint. And I, again, will either bring peppermint oil straight or I'll put it into a spray bottle. And I use peppermint when I'm camping for two main reasons. One, to cool off, because typically I'm camping in the summer where it is warm and I can't go someplace where there's air conditioning. I can't necessarily cool off. So putting a little peppermint on the back of my neck is going to bring my body temperature down and help me to feel cooler, so I can enjoy my time outside. The other thing that I love with peppermint is the spiders hate it. So I will often spray some peppermint oil on the outside of my tent just to keep the spiders away, because I'm not a huge fan of spiders. This comes in super handy also if you have kids going off to summer camp. I have made peppermint spray for my daughter when she heads out to Girl Scout camp. And then when they're in their open air cabins or they're in their sleeping quarters, she can spray around. Because let's face it, a lot of those camps are dormant most of the year. And it's a great place for those pests and spiders to go and live. And we don't want to use chemicals to get rid of them all. But if I can deter them from my sleeping space for a few days, I'm happy to do so. So I love my peppermint oil for cooling and for keeping spiders away when I'm camping. I also want to make sure that I have my Digest Zen, because Digest Zen helps all things digestive system. Whether I am having upset tummies, whether I'm running to the bathroom too often or not enough, I don't want to be dealing with any of that kind of digestive upset when I am out in the wilderness. So I want to use my Digest Zen, and I can use that topically. I can use it right under my tongue. Just a drop or two will soothe and settle any digestive discomfort. And I can go about enjoying my time without having to worry about where the bathroom is or how often I have to get there. And along those lines, a little hack that I have is I often bring cypress with me camping. Now, cypress is an oil that I love and I use it at home often, but I don't use it at home for the same reasons. When I'm at home, I'll put it on my legs and help circulation and help some of those veins that just really are sticking out and want me to notice them. Yeah, I notice them. I use my cypress and it helps. But when I'm camping, I apply cypress to my abdomen because it helps with my bladder support. And I don't want to be going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I don't want to get out of my tent. I don't want to get out of my sleeping bag. And I certainly don't want to have to find a flashlight and hike a quarter mile to find a bathroom. Cypress is a great oil to help with those overactive bladders. And something that may or may not be an issue when I'm at home and I just have to walk across the hall to the bathroom might not be something I want to deal with. So I often bring cypress so that I can give my body a little extra boost while I'm camping. And the last oil that I like to bring for comfort's sake is my Clary Calm. I camp with a daughter, with a teenage daughter, and I'm a woman. Hormones sometimes get the best of us. Sometimes they show up in the most unexpected ways. And having my Clary Calm is a really great way to help if we are on our cycle to alleviate any of that muscle cramping or discomfort. It helps to regulate and balance our hormones, and it just keeps us a little bit nicer and a little bit happier. But even if we're not on our cycle, using that Clary Calm to help balance out hormones when we're in tight spaces and we're together for 24/7 is a really good idea for me. Then the last thing that I want to think about when I'm camping is first aid. I hope I never have to use these things when I am out camping, but I would rather have them and be prepared than show up and need them and not know what to do. So some of my favorite oils for camping, just for that first aid aspect, first and foremost would be On Guard. On Guard, not only is it great to have because it helps to support my immune system if I happen to have any colds or discomforts or, anything that I'm exposed to that starts making me feel unwell. I can use my On Guard to protect my body and just give my immune system a little boost. I also use the On Guard either straight or make a spray with it to be able to spray on any scrapes or cuts that I might encounter while I'm out camping. I don't want to get anything that's going to be dirty for days or could lead to an infection. So taking care of that right away using the On Guard is super helpful. On Guard is also a great oil if you happen to cut yourself. It can help stop the bleeding. So I love being able to have that option to be able to slow down any bleeding from any injuries that I might have. The other oil that I take for similar reasons is Heliochrysum. And Heliochrysum is known as stitches in a bottle. It is amazing at helping your body heal quickly to be able to just overcome any of those little scrapes or cuts or those discomforts that you have. A simple drop helps your body do what it needs to do to get back out and playing and having fun a little bit faster. Now, I also bring frankincense with me because frankincense is the king of all oils. It is great for everything. It will help if I have any head tension or discomfort. It helps with soothing sore muscles. It helps if I just need to relax or calm down. It's another great one for those scrapes or cuts or bruises. So I use the frankincense a lot while I'm out camping. And then I want to make sure I have my tea tree oil or my Melaleuca. Again, I use that if I have a splinter and I need to use tweezers or a needle. Again, my first aid kit when I'm camping, it might go a year or two between being used. And I don't always know how well it was cleaned the last time I used it. So if I have a splinter or I need to use tweezers or a needle or something like that to help with a splinter, I want to clean it first. And a drop of the tea tree oil right on the tip of the tweezers means I don't have to worry about what might be on there because it's all ready to go. And I also use the tea tree for bug bites. If I have a bug bite that has really started itching, I don't want it to get worse while I'm gone. I want to soothe it. And that tea tree oil really helps. Now, another tip along that same line is that if you are like my family and you deal with seasonal threats or just discomfort being out in the wilderness with itchy eyes and watery noses and all of that, we use a product called Tri-Ease from doTERRA. And it's a combination of lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And it is so soothing and allows us to stay awake, stay alert, and get relief from those seasonal discomforts. But it's also fantastic to be able to put on bug bites. So it comes in a soft gel. And if we have those pesky bug bites that just nothing else is soothing them, I will pop the Tri-Ease capsule and just squeeze a little bit on all of my bug bites. Not only do they reduce in size, the itching subsides, they are just so much more happy. So the Tri-Ease has a double use there as well. The last thing that I like as far as my first aid kit is I love to take a little tin, ice chips, Altoids, and I make a traveling first aid kit. Now this might go with me when we're hiking, but in here I have Deep Blue Rub. Now, when I'm in a little kit, I use the Deep Blue Rub sample packs, but I also usually have a tube of Deep Blue or the Deep Blue Touch roll-on with me to soothe any sore muscles. I also have lip balm because when I'm out in the wild, my lips get dry and they get cracky and that's uncomfortable. And then I usually have, 3, 4, 5 of these little tiny sample bottles. And what you put in there would depend on what is best for your family. Sometimes I'm taking the DigestZen. Sometimes it's taking On Guard. I almost always have a little Breathe with me because I have a daughter who has respiratory issues. So those are, I stick my tiny ones in so I can put it in my pocket when we go out hiking or exploring, and I have a first aid kit. I also keep a tube of Correct-X because Correct-X is magic in a bottle. Not only is this great for any soothing of irritated skin, it's great for those bruises, those cuts, those scrapes. I've used it on lips that are dry or cracked. I use it for everything. So that is always with me. And because you never know when you're camping, I like to throw a little toothpaste sample in. Not that I need toothpaste when I'm out in the world, but it makes me feel better, and that's all that really matters. So there's my little first aid kit, ready for the pocket to take with me when I'm out hiking and when I'm on the go. The last couple of products that I think are important when I'm camping tend to do more with supporting my body when I'm active. When I am camping, I tend to do hiking, or I'll go explore a lake or a river, or I'm swimming. I'm doing things. So I like to have lavender and tea tree oil. So if I get any blisters, I have something that's going to help soothe those blisters and take care of that skin so I can continue being active during my time. Like I said, I have the deep blue for any muscle soreness or muscle cramps. And sometimes I also take the Aroma Touch, which is the massage blend. And that's really, really soothing as well for muscle tension. I'll put it on my shoulders when I'm starting to carry stress in my shoulders. And I'll rub it into achy ankles or knees, anywhere that is feeling a little bit of stress and strain from sleeping on the floor or doing extra walking and hiking. I love my Aroma Touch just to soothe all of those things. And like I said, in my family, Breathe. Breathe goes with us everywhere. I love having that to diffuse in the tent to be able to support the respiratory system. We use it before we go hiking. We use it if we're doing extra swimming. We use it all the time. If you have respiratory issues, you already know Breathe is amazing for it. But even for those of you who have never experienced that, I recommend taking at least a sample size of Breathe with you, because when you're out in the wild, you don't know if there's going to be something that irritates your airways or upsets your immune system. And having the Breathe oil, you can put a drop in the palm of your hand and inhale it, and automatically you're just going to feel this release and opening of your airways. And it's a beautiful feeling and so important while you're out camping, because nobody wants to ruin their camping trip having to run back into town to get help or to go to the doctor or do anything like that. Bring your stuff with you. You can prevent most of the things that would come along and be ready for a great time outside. Now, the last two things that I wanted to talk about, one thing that I always make and or bring are the oils to have a sun spray. Now, I just posted this on my Facebook group, and I know doTERRA has it on their doTERRA blog, which you can find by going to doTERRA.com. But they have an after sun spray that has lavender, heliochrysum, peppermint. I put Roman chamomile in mine. I've made it with just distilled water. I've made it with aloe vera mixed in. I've used coconut oil sometimes. So there's a lot of different recipes as a base for the sun spray, but I use that to soothe any skin that I get a little bit pink while I'm out in the sun. I don't want to continue burning myself being outdoors for days, so I love to take care of that, especially if I didn't put enough sunscreen on. Being able to use that after sun protection really helps. Now, the last two things that I love to keep in mind when we are camping are safety things. First of all, remember that there are bears. A lot of places, check with your forest ranger, check with the station, the forest station where you go camping, and see if there's bears in the area. Because if there are, you're going to want to avoid using your sweet smelling oils, because bears like them. Oils like cinnamon or peppermint, they are attracted to those scents. So you definitely want to leave them out. And depending on how many bears or what the risk is, you may consider using other oils when you're talking about using them topically on yourself. Now, what I have done, if I've gone camping in an area where I know there are bears and I still want to use my peppermint or I want to use my On Guard, I store them in the car so that there's no wafting aromas through the air, and I'll use them internally. So I put a drop under my tongue so I can get the benefit that I'm looking from the essential oil, but I'm not necessarily putting it on like I would for that cooling of the peppermint on the back of my neck and attracting a bear right to me. The other thing is oils don't love heat. So if you're out camping, especially when the weather is beautiful and it's warm, store your oils in your cooler. I like to put all of my oils in just a Ziploc bag to make sure that if the ice is melting, my oils don't get diluted with water. So I'll put my oils in a Ziploc bag, and I just put them on the very top of my cooler. So I'm not freezing them next to the ice, but I'm keeping them out of the sun, and I'm keeping them in a cool spot. Those are my favorite camping tips. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you get outside this summer and get out and enjoy the great outdoors and do a little camping with your family. If you have any questions, put it in the chat below. I'd love to answer those questions. If you'd like to know more about what we're doing, EO Life Education is a team of essential oil experts, and we post classes here on YouTube, and we have a network on Facebook in our groups called EO Life Hub. You can also find us on Mighty Networks, and we would love to connect with you, share our oily tips, and help you on your journey. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great night.